Alright guys, so today we're going to do something a little different. Make sure I shut this off. Alright, let's have the chat open. So lately I've been dealing with, by lately I mean as of yesterday, I've been dealing with at least what I consider to be art block. Now, to me, art block is just the state where I can't get down onto the page, you know, what I have in my head. Some people use that as like an excuse to not draw, and that's you. That's totally cool. You know, that's however you want to deal with it. But I've been having trouble with like poses, and specifically poses and gestures. And so there's a commission that I have been trying to finish for like 4 days, and every time I try and get something down, it's just not coming out right. So I want to say hi to the chat really quick. How's it going, everyone? Thanks for coming through. So yeah, I've just been having a lot of issues lately that I'm trying to, you know, get past. Now that idea of art block is not an excuse to stop drawing. It's not an excuse to stop producing. My method for getting through these kind of states where I can't really get my ideas down onto the page like this is very stiff. I don't like the way this looks. So I'm gonna scrap this, but this is just one of like I think 8 poses that I tried and it didn't really work out. My method to dealing with art block is I figure out what I'm having trouble with, and then I just kind of attack that. So right now my poses and my gesture is what's giving me a lot of trouble. Hey, what's going on, Moof? Hello, chat. So finally came back once in 1 month. Oh, Black Rose, you've been gone for a month? White streak on their chat? Nuh-uh. I don't. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start this commission over. So we'll set you to the side over here. Plus, I haven't done a live like drawing for you guys in a while. It's been all freestyle shenanigans. But when I do my commissions, I do like to give a border. To help frame everything. I used to get my borders printed on my pages, like, but I moved up in paper size for my commissions. And the printer I go through just won't print it on this large. Well, they'll print it on a large paper, but they won't print it on my weight of paper because I use 100-pound, almost like a cardstock paper. You should be able to. What's going on, Ian? But yeah, Moof, you should be able to send links and stuff because you're a moderator, so you should be able to pretty much do whatever you want in the chat. So yeah, I'll set my border. This will help me frame everything. Also, when you're doing a commission and you put a border around it, not only does it work as kind of like a self-contained frame for that particular drawing, but it actually minimizes your workspace, so you literally have to draw less for that commission. Just don't get too crazy with it. Don't be like, you know. So I want something dynamic because this is a Star Wars character. So this is a commission that I got at Rose City Comic Con. I used to start with the head, but as of lately I've been starting with the center of the body. You know, the center of the body is actually the crotch. Did you know that? The very center. Well, assuming you're going by like standard the 8-head body model, the center of the body is actually the crotch. Alright, hold on. One of my moderators is sending me a picture. You know what? I've never seen that white streak on the screen before. But you know, I'm not on YouTube gaming. I'm watching my live stream on regular YouTube. That might just be an effect that YouTube gaming put in there. Oh, using the dark mode? I don't know what to tell you then. Moof, I don't have that trouble. I've never seen that, like, ever. Maybe it's just like an effect that they're doing. I wouldn't be concerned about it. So I don't know how to pronounce this character's name in Star Wars. If you've ever watched the Clone Wars, it's the Sith who wields double lightsabers. That's a text from my mom. Anyway.
Yo.
Let's put the phone down here in case my mom texts me again. This character has like a really long neck. Let's go ahead and move everything up just a little bit then.
Yo.
Nothing has really been coming out the way I want it to. Very, very prominent cheekbones.
Because they just got too much to lose by printing the truth.
So make sure to emphasize that. How do you start with anatomy? You're struggling with it a lot. Just find a book with muscles in it, or just go online, or Google images and type in human anatomy. Then you'll see the structure of all the muscles. Even I'm not like perfect with it. You'll see all the structures or all the muscles. You know, like one of those fucking medical drawings. And then just understand. Best thing to do is understand that which muscle is gonna flex and which one doesn't. I don't know, but I think if you're just starting with basic anatomy, I think just redrawing that muscle, like, you know, like you're drawing the back. You know what I mean? Just being able to do something basic like, well, you can't even see what I did. Being able to just like do the basic stuff like that. There's no real secret to it. You just need to learn the muscles, and then it helps if you know what each muscle does and how each one will flex. Oh, you have a full book of anatomy. Didn't work out? Like, what are you having trouble with? What's up, Lyra? Thanks for coming through. Again. Always reliable. So what about it is giving you a hard time? Like, can you pinpoint specifically? I have a very messy workspace when I'm doing drawings, but it's alright. A lot of people, they're like, don't put too many lines, keep it clean. And my opinion is, if you could read it, then who cares? If you, the artiste, can read your own, then who cares how messy it is? The shape of the faces? Hold on real quick. I have a very useful planes of the face. I can't find it at the moment, but I think well, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly where all the planes of the face are, but you know what? I'm sure you know what that means, right? The planes of the face. It's like, let me get a. You know, it's like. Now, forgive me if this is incorrect, because even I haven't memorized this completely. Okay? Because the head's split up into 3 parts. And then once you can... I'm gonna fuck this all up, because I don't remember all the planes of the face. You have the nose. See, I don't remember all the planes right here. I have trouble. But once you can draw all the planes... Okay, that's all fucked up. Don't... This is inaccurate. Don't fucking... If I could find my sheet with all the planes, then I'll make a video on that. Okay. Well, there you go. There's the mouth. There you go. Well, if you know all this stuff, why are you having a fucking hard time? Don't make me embarrass myself out here. But yeah. Doesn't have sharp ears, smaller ears. What's up, Goth? If you have all the knowledge and you're still having trouble with it, could it be just a lack of practice and a lack of patience? Because if you have all the info already and you already know what you're doing, which it sounds like you do, it sounds like maybe you just need to practice it more. Like, a lot of the times people just like don't have the right information or they're practicing the wrong thing, but you sound like you know exactly what you want, and you sound like you have it all figured out already. There's this fly in my fucking house right now, and it's been like Attack on Titan in my house for like I don't know how many days now. I don't know where these flies are coming from, but like I found myself this morning chasing the fly for a good 15 minutes. Losing my fucking mind. Like, I was losing my mind. I was like, I couldn't catch it. Like, I couldn't get it. Your ankle broke. Your wrist didn't break. You could have still drawn in the hospital. This pencil's all messed up. Alright, let's see. You don't want to mess it up. Nah, see, that's your problem. You gotta be willing to mess everything up. Just like my life. Nah. Yeah, I like what Chad said. Maybe you just need to dick around with it. But, you know, I don't know what your workflow has been like. I don't know what your, She has like a dress on. Facing closer inwards this way. Oh, both arms up. That's what I mean, I have trouble posing. Do you know how to paint with acrylic? Do I even like painting? I've only dabbled in watercolor and I didn't care for it. Procoru? How's it going? I'm trying to decide. I want to have... If I change it and move the arm downwards, have a more... We can go outwards and in like that. I have it going downwards. Have her holding her lightsaber. Have it come up about right there. Then I can have this other lightsaber that goes up here, holding it downwards. Or maybe further out, like this. I can use the lightsabers to frame her head. So if anyone is just joining, what we're doing here is working through what I consider to be art block, and I talked about this earlier, but lately I've been having some issues just like getting things down on the page the way I want. As you guys saw, yesterday's live stream did not go very well. Art block, or the inability to draw what you have pictured in your head, is not an excuse to stop drawing. It simply means you have to figure out you have to problem solve your way out of what's keeping you down. So See, but I want the lightsabers in frame.
Spin into
Maybe foreshorten it backwards a little bit.
very physics, past, present, future. My music actually future backwards. Not being a part of the past, present,
Not that much.
but rather alter decimal because we're dealing with waves.
Hey,
Rodney, nice to meet you.
James, nice to meet you.
What made you pick up the skateboard tunnel? What was that experience like?
Because if I lower the arm, that's going to change the way the chest muscle moves.
But I started off with the stage. And then went to the guitar. I mean, when I saw my name in an article as a guitar player, that was the biggest event. Although the guys wrote terrible things about me, said that he called me a guitar player. I couldn't believe it. He had a guitarist with him called Charles Benson. I said, he called me a guitarist. You know, and the rest didn't mean anything. His sound was terrible.
Can't really figure out like what I want to do with her arm. I think that's where my problem is.
I had no picture.
See, this is the exact thing I've been having trouble with, getting poses down. Like all fucking week, I've been having issues with this shit. I'm gonna clean off this area here, and then we're gonna start over, just so I can get my thoughts together again. See how I want to do the arm. I don't use a kneaded eraser for projects like this, or for quick, smaller drawings like this, because I always cover the background with a Copic marker, so it doesn't matter if it leaves little imperfections and blemishes, because you cover it up anyway. Need to make a light table. Just buy a glass table and then put a bright light underneath it. That's good. You good? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Just realize she looks like a squirrel. Let's get a pose now. So, putting her arm out this way will work.
Your music, where do you get your inspiration to compose it?
Well, it's being in tune with the greater universe, feeling that the earth has its past, present, and future. But my music actually is reaching outward, not being a part of the past, or the present, or the future.
Because I want the lightsabers in frame. Because that's like the fucking lightsaber, right? So if we're gonna go with the lightsaber. So if you're just holding the lightsaber like this, like that, right? This would be like that. It's like this. See, because like when you hold something like this, your bicep expands. When you go like this, it contracts. See what I mean? So that's why when you do these poses, it's important to do it yourself. Because like if you were holding it like this would stay. Even if you squeeze it inwards like this, if your hand is turned a certain way, this will stay like stretched. But when you turn it like this, then it can contract. It can't contract when you're twisted like this. So I think she's like this. It's contracting. If it's contracting, then you draw it with with the peak bust out like that. See?
Area.
Conversely, this side, this bicep will not be flexing because the entire arm is extended. So it's technically when this is extended, the tricep back here should be flexing, but you can't see her tricep from behind, at least at this angle. Well, you should be able to, right? It's back here. When the bicep is being contracted, the tricep cannot contract. It's one or the other. So that. So then this is too far out. Seen any movies lately? I have not. I told myself I was going to make time to watch movies, but I have not. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. No. I want to watch Wonder Woman, motherfucker. Waiting for the digital download. Well, actually, the digital download is available on Amazon. God. Okay, so then this is going to be foreshortened just a little bit because it is facing like outwards towards us. Just a little bit. Let's go ahead and move the hand here. I've never been able to finish that movie. I remember they used to show it. My only exposure to it was during Adult Swim. Was it Adult Swim when they showed it? Like on repeat on Cartoon Network. And I just couldn't get through it. And I was people were like, "Oh, it's so awesome! It's entertainingly bad." I'm like, it's not even that. It's just like a waste of fucking time. Like. I do, however, want to see The Disaster Artist. That looks good.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Do we want the lightsaber facing off, out of frame like that? Or down? Do we even want it facing this way? Oh, is the music a little loud? Okay. Alright, that should be better. I do like how this looks. Maybe we can change the way this arm goes. I don't know what the song is. Lightsaber down. Okay. I don't know what the song is. It's part of a 24-hour live music streaming thing that I listen to on YouTube. If you just type in study music, you'll be able to find it. Maybe this one should also be like that, where it's... Where's the center line? Center line this one. Center line that. You know what? We'll have both the lightsabers facing down. Let's do that. People say I undercharge for my commissions, and sometimes I feel like I do, but that's all relative. If you don't put a lot of effort and time into your commissions, and you charge X amount, then, you know, they're getting their money's worth. I always want... Because like my fucking name's gonna be on it, right? So there are a lot of people at conventions, they just bust out these really quick commissions. Now if it's like a $30, like a $20, $30 commission, really quick, I get it. You know, you want to get it done quick, something fun. My name's gonna be on these commissions. That's why I always take my time with them. Often it feels like I undercharge because I spend so much time on them because I want them to look good. Name, dude. Like, putting your name on it, you know what I mean? You ever watched The Crucible? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna expand the working area so I can actually fit space for hands. Have you ever read or watched The Crucible? Sites like Redbubble, I mean, they're good. I've never used Redbubble because they do like t-shirts and coffee mugs and shit, and that's not what I do. I design my stuff specifically to be on posters, and that's the only media that I'm gonna produce them on, because that's, you know, what I designed them for. But they're cool. I mean, why not? I don't know if Redbubble's one of the sites that steals art from other artists. I'm not saying they do, I'm saying I don't know. If that is the case, fuck them. If it's not the case, sure, use them. So we've extended the working area quite a bit. Luis says... Yeah, it has a picture of an anime girl, like, studying and, like, falling asleep at her desk. That's the one that I listen to. That's the one I always have playing on my live streams. I mean, I legit use it to work. Like, that's my favorite one to use. Where are you gonna sell these posters? What did they want to do for your 2 commissions? Where am I selling these posters? I have my online store. I sell them at conventions and my online shop. I've had an online shop, a link to my shop in the description of every video for like the past 2 years. But nobody ever looks at the description anymore, so... This one's a bit forward. This one's farther upward. So naturally, by the position of the hand, the position of the arm, I'm not gonna get downward-facing lightsaber, but I can get a back-facing lightsaber. Fuck me. See, if we want that downward-facing lightsaber, this arm's gonna have to be more forward than up. Best part about Copic markers is they will go over any pencil marks that you leave. Like it will hide all that shit. Have I ever dyed my hair a different color? I have. In high school I did it red. It's quite the rebel. Pun intended. Gonna get eraser pieces in my coffee. So if this is gonna, if both the arms are gonna be facing forward a little bit, so this arm's gonna have to be something like this. And if that's the case, this muscle will flex. This bicep will flex here, and then this will go flat. That's looking better. Okay. Oh, thank God, I'm glad I figured that out. See that move? Problem solving like a motherfucker. So this weekend I will be at the, it's a really small event called the, California Republic Comic-Con or some shit like that. Whatever it is, it's a very small one-day event. It's like an hour away from me, so it's going to be nice to have a really close convention. I have to fly out somewhere and shit, you know? Oh. Well, that's good. I mean, could be worse. You could have nobody hitting you up for commissions. How's that commission going for you? Like, are they willing to... They're willing to pay you, right? They're not just like, yo, I got a, quote, commission for you. What you mean I gotta pay you? Yeah, Moof, I'm using a pencil today. No shenanigans. I've been having a lot of issues with my drawings lately, and I'm just like fucking over it. I just can't do it, bro. This will go off. Yeah. So then the saber is going to be foreshortened about right there towards us. So it's going to cover part of her ear. It's going to cover the whole arm thing that we spent so much time figuring out. It's going to get cut off right here. All I got to do is fix this. Yeah, that's looking okay. I think when we ink this, it'll be pretty cool. How's the view for you guys? Like, is that angle looking okay? Can you tell what the fuck's going on? Whenever somebody asks you for a commission, they tell you, quote, "We can't pay you, we don't have the money." Yeah, sounds about right. Somebody had hit me up and asked for a commission for 4 characters, and I quoted them. I'm like, it's $150 per character, and they just got all pissed off, and they were like, well, this other guy who's a professional, by the way, I don't know if he was implying I'm not a professional, he did all 4 for $90, and I was all like, then fucking go back to that guy. It's like, leave me alone. This should actually wave. Yay, she wears a dress. We don't have to draw feet. So, I'm trying something here. I set my horizon line about right here, right? So that means everything from here up, we're seeing it from underneath, which is why that perspective is going upwards and you're seeing the lightsaber come down towards you. And underneath the horizon line, you're seeing everything from on top. So then your waves, whoops. Your waves should be going like that here, and here you should be going like that. Does that make sense? So we're gonna give a little rock formation in the back to help like emphasize the perspective. So everything from down here, we're gonna see the rocks from underneath, from on top. See the top of the rocks. Once you hit the horizon line, you're gonna be seeing stuff straight on. So it'll just be like this on the rocks. And then up here, everything, you're gonna see the rocks from underneath. Ever so slightly. And the farther you get the more extreme underneath the rocks you're going to be seeing. So. Let me look up what her feet look like. I probably should just draw her foot. Stop being lazy. Rob Liefeld. Feet. Hey, I'm not gonna talk shit on Rob Liefeld. Whatever. I designed him something once just to hear him tell me that he already picked 3 designs. What a dick. That's why I always get money up front. Luis, you can't comprehend? Or you're asking me to elaborate further. Can you please ask me what you need explanation on? I'm happy to do it. I'm unsure what part of it you need elaboration on. I'm totally cool with doing it. I just need you to ask me specifically what you need, you know, explain. Extra thick, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It's the internet. I don't know if you're joking. I'm not gonna assume. Assuming? Let's see. What's up, Daniel? What's on the drawing agenda today? This is a commission that I got at Rose City Comic Con, and the reason this video is titled Art Block is because I've just been having a lot of issues getting down poses and stuff. Just getting down poses in general. Now, if you're just joining us, the reason this is called Art Block is because I've been having issues getting things onto the paper the way I see it in my head. To me, that's what art block is. When people have quote art block, they can't really, you know, they can't produce exactly what they want. They kind of use it as an excuse to stop drawing and stop producing. I'm not down with all that. I think you should be able to figure out your way around it. Like if it's giving you a hard time, you should be able to figure out what's giving you a hard time and then draw around it. But that's just me, you know, everyone's different. I just can't possibly see myself in a situation where I'm just like, oh no, I'm just not gonna draw anymore. At conventions, I do $100 per character. That gives a simple background, and then it's fully drawn out like this. If you order online, it's $150. When I do at conventions, my prices are lower just because I don't know. I think it's just cool when I could interact face to face with people. So I like to give them a little discount. I price things differently online than I do at the convention, because when you're at the convention, you kind of just want to, you know, you want them to interact with your artwork there. You want to give them some kind of reward for visiting you. If everything is exactly the same at the convention as it is online, what reason do they have to invest time in you at the convention? Why do they need to buy it from you there when they can just buy it online? Like my posters are more expensive online And I've told people that. They're like, can I buy your stuff online? I'm like, yeah, but the price point is higher. And they're like, oh, it is? Like, yeah, it's like this plus shipping. And they're like, well, I'll just buy it here then. And there you go. Make extra sales. And you save the customer time. So that's why my convention prices are cheaper.
I'll be waiting for you below. It'll be all right.
Maybe reference can help with the art block. I was using reference. No, that's the thing. Every time I start getting in a slump, I have my Andrew Loomis book with me. I always carry that with me, just in case, like, I need a reference. Or I can go online. But no, I use the shit out of reference when I'm having trouble. I'm not above that, don't get me wrong. It still wasn't helping me. I was just having trouble, but I'm okay now. Like, I think this is coming out okay. I think maybe I just needed to be online and just talk a little bit. I'm waiting for the day when somebody just yanks my big poster and tries to run for it. Like, I will flip over my fucking table and chase them down. That would make for a great vlog. We're probably gonna have it raining. So I'm using the mountains or the rocks to help frame everything. So what I'm trying to do is get your attention to her face. So I'm using that wide angle. It's going to be waving like this. Everything's going to be going upwards. That's why I have the lightsaber there, like that. And I have the rain coming down like this towards us. There'll be sky here, and then I'll probably put like lightning or some shit because, you know, Sith lightning. Know what I'm saying? And use like really sharp rock formations to kind of direct the viewer's attention. You may not have noticed these things, but your brain did. So, using the rocks to draw your attention towards her face. So now all the negative space is primarily going to be around her head right here, and then right here, and then right here, and right here. But it's okay to have it here because the rocks are just going to pull your attention upwards. It'd be cool if this was a little bit more outwards, but I think it's fine the way it is. The question is, do you think Kim Jong-gi ever gets art block? Somebody actually asked him that question when we were at the conference, and his response was straight up like, "No, I'm just always drawing." And he says anytime he feels like he's slowing down or he's having trouble, he just goes to the thing that he likes drawing the most, which he didn't directly say but implied was he likes drawing people having sex, which is what he implied, but he didn't directly say it because there were young people in the crowd. So what I took from it was anytime he feels that art block, he goes to kind of his safe zone and just draws the thing he likes. So I share that same belief where it's not an excuse to stop drawing, but you do need to know like what you like to draw, and then just default to that. However, since this is a commission, somebody paid me, I can't just default to it. I have to work on this. Yeah, but no, but that was his response, because somebody asked him if he ever gets art block. And you know, with art block, the way I see it, at least if you're a professional, like if you're a casual artist, then fucking art block, just take a break, whatever, do whatever you need to do. But if you're a professional, like this is your thing, like if you work a 9-to-5 job and you get cubicle block, you can't just not go to work. You gotta fucking go to work, right? So I don't know why professional artists, at least in my opinion, feel like just because they don't feel like doing it, it's okay to not do it. Does that make sense? Oh no! You haven't drawn since the Katara drawing? What's up? So I have the leg here. It's a bit awkward, so let's bring this in just a little bit more. But I mean, yeah, it's whatever floats your boat. It's whatever you like drawing, and he just said anytime he has trouble, he just defaults and just draws what he likes. That way you get back into a rhythm and you're still drawing, so you're still getting in mileage, which is, I think, a really, like, it's a very simple but a very good idea. Just draw what you like. You know, skulls really well. I suck with the skull anatomy. It's not my thing. I use a reference for skulls almost every time I do it, to draw a detailed head, because I'm not good at that shit. What I used to do, anytime I had art block or things weren't working out for me, I would just do studies. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna draw like 100 hands. Actually, here. Do I still have my papers? Normally I'll throw this shit out, but... So this is from, I think this was maybe everything from, I don't know, a month ago. So you just go through nose, mouth, ears, figure, hands, feet, eyes, and you just kind of just do them over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Whoops. Fuck. So this is just rambling stuff from when I'm having like art block. I just do this over and over and over and over, because then you can still get better, and then you don't really have to think about what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, Lyra, maybe you should just do that. Stevie Nicks, I love her. What matters is out there. There you go, that's a good attitude, Lyra. So, Dread says, I find that a free sketch can get the creative vibes flowing, not worrying about where the drawing is going, just putting down lines that can break the block. I totally agree with that. That's why I work in brush pens a lot. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Hello, Georgie. Okay, I think the sketch is done. Would that take me like fucking 2 hours? 2 hours to get that done? To get it like, So, okay, it's fine, whatever. I've invested way more than 2 hours on this commission just by having trouble. So, I think going live helped me. It adds a little pressure and it lets me kind of just relax and, well, pressure, relax, contradiction, but I don't know. Talking to you guys while I draw, I think I've gotten used to it because I've done it so many times now that it... Alright. We're gonna go ahead and line it right now. You got a brush pen. Do I have anything to help you get better with it? You mainly work using ballpoint and felt tips, cross-hatching, and sometimes... You know what? With a brush pen, you just kind of have to use it a lot. That is really the only way to get better with it. make sure that you're using a size of brush that is appropriate for the amount of detail that you want to do, or else you're gonna have a really hard time and you're gonna get frustrated and you're not gonna know what's going on. If you're using a really thick brush pen, make sure you're using a big paper. And that's pretty much all I can say. That's all my advice on it. Just good luck. Good luck. That's all I can say. Hold on, I need to pull up a reference picture of her outfit. Oh, you got the Pentel brush pen. Nice. I'm gonna switch over to that once I finish all my brush pens too. Okay. gonna try to adjust the camera real quick, so you guys gonna better see what I'm doing. Oh, much better. Okay. Much better. Right now I'm using the 01 micron. I think I'm just gonna use a 01 across the entire drawing. The question is, do I ever get hesitant to ink my pencils? You find yourself liking the pencil work so much that you don't want to ruin them? You need to be confident with your pens. Okay, so the question is, do I ever get hesitant when I ink? I mean, it's always in the back of your mind. You're like, oh, I hope I don't fuck this up because then I gotta redraw the whole thing. But I mean, if the end goal is to ink it, then you don't really have a choice, right? So I just don't care, because I know if I mess up that badly, first of all, I'm pretty good at fixing my mistakes. So if I mess up, I should be able to fix it, unless I completely fuck it up, in which case then I'll just do it over. I mean, you've heard of art teachers. I've only heard, I don't have first-hand experience with this, where an art teacher will give you an assignment, and then you they'll have you draw something, and then afterwards they're gonna make you throw it away because they're like, you should never have like an emotional attachment to any one of your drawings, because if you are really skilled, then you should be able to draw it again. It's another one of those things where the confidence will come with practice. like if you've inked 1,000 things, inking one more thing, it's not gonna bother you. Whoops. Did I say whoops? I meant that one exactly. This line is going exactly as I planned. Whoops. Normally I'd be rotating the paper, but for the sake of the stream, I'm going to work around that. Artificially add some line weight. I've been on this kick where I don't like to do a lot of the line details in the microns anymore. I will outline the major parts. I'll take a picture of the drawing so I know where all the contours are, and then I will use the Copic marker to get all the val. Oh, I'll show you. It's very like Adam Hughesy. Hughesy, that's a word. Two lines intersecting, so the line weight on that should be a little thicker, like that. Before I get too far here, I need to make sure I've solidified where I want the lightsaber to be and where the lightsaber beam is going to be. So before we do that, let's go ahead and ink all this other part, this other stuff here. Whoops. You know what? Let me share the stream on Facebook. Give me a second. Like 3 hours later. Let me share the stream. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this on Twitch and I'm not responding to you, it's because I don't have my Twitch chat up right now. So I kind of apologize, but honestly, if I really wanted to, I'm sure I could figure out a way to make that work. Anyway. I'm just being careful because I am not sure where the lightsaber strokes are going to be quite yet. So I don't want to, I'm trying to stay out of their, like, I just want to be sure to stay out of their way. Lots of layers here. What comes first? I guess we can work on the lightsaber strokes. I believe I'll use a thicker pen for this. We're going to be using a 5 instead of the 1. But then, do I want it to have a black stroke? You know what I'm saying? Do I want the lightsaber to have a black stroke on it, or do I want it to have like a red? Because, you know, Sith and shit. So, she has like a wonky looking lightsaber. Just silver. Whenever I do a Star Wars commission, if you ever do a Star Wars commission, you better make sure that you get that lightsaber right, because anyone who is a Star Wars enough fan of Star Wars that they commission you for something, if you fuck up that lightsaber, the design on it, they're gonna notice, and it's gonna ruin the entire drawing for you. And I know because I like Star Wars, or I used to be super into Star Wars, and anytime there was like an error in like the lightsaber design, I'll go like, that's not right. Nope. Dislike, unsubscribe, you know. I wish I had a red Sharpie. That'd be dope. You know what? I have sepia pens. We'll just use sepia and then see what happens. Is this sepia? Sepia. I've always said sepia. Okay, so this is black. This has a brownish tint to it, so we'll use that. Finalize where these lines are going to go. Just as expected, I have eraser shavings in my coffee. I should probably get a brush, an eraser brush. So people have been asking me to do a review of the Mobile Studio Pro, which is the, it's the mobile Cintiq tablet, and I'm like, I've only taken it out into the field like twice. I'm not going to do an unboxing video of it because, one, it's already out of the box, and I recorded an unboxing video of it, by the way. I didn't upload it because I was like, what a waste of fucking time. Like, there's so many people who have done unboxing videos for the mobile studio that it's like, what's the point? I am gonna do a review of it once I get a couple weeks of field testing on it. That doesn't look right. There's something wrong here. But so far, it's pretty dope. Like, I'm so happy with that investment. That's better. We'll just have it go off the page because why not? Stop moving. Whoops. Damn it. This fucking camera up in my dick. I should use the thicker pen. It's alright. Actually, it's not alright. I have a thicker sepia pen. Where'd you go? Haha! There you are. That's the one I want.
Don't explain.
How do you tell someone really nicely that you don't want to write with them? Someone keeps talking to me on Instagram and I'm too nice. Just don't respond. You're not obligated to say anything. Just don't respond. If they keep messaging you, just block them.
Don't explain.
Hey, Meister. Well, that's a little trick for the very simple trick, very simple composition trick for those of you who don't know. If you want to make a character look more powerful, you draw them angle from underneath so that you're looking up at them. If you want to make them seem weaker, you shoot downwards like you're looking down on them. And they do that with composition in cartoons and TV shows a lot, so pay attention to that. Paper's getting in the fucking way. Get out of here. Just get a pencil on myself. when something is implied to be closer, like like foreshortened, you can thicken up the lines that are supposed to be closer, and it will give the illusion that it's closer. That. Try using figure drawings. Hey Chris, that's a very nice skull you have there. Oh, the skull. It's all messed up. Don't pay attention to it. It's incorrect. You're working on your perspective. Chin, I'm trying to draw from underneath. Oh yeah. So again, I'm gonna talk about my my Kim Jong-gi workshop that I went to, because I'm never gonna stop talking about that ever. But they told me that the Super Annie group, like their students, they spend 6 months on the skull and the head and how to draw it in every angle. Like, and they're not just like, oh, 6 months, here's some homework. They're like probably labor intensive on that shit, and they said they focus on that for 6 months. Yes, that's who this is. No, I will not stop talking about my workshop. No, I need to pull up a reference. I don't know what her outfit looks like. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a reference real quick. That works. Feng Zhu? Yeah. What about him? Let's see. found a good picture. Yeah, like I've wanted to do something like schoolism, but oh shit, I went outside the window. But a part of me feels like it is just going to be a lot of fundamental stuff, and I'm like, it'd be great to be around all those artists, but is that worth like $4,000, $3,000? I'd rather just buy a Cintiq and then work really hard on my own. Like, does that make sense? So I guess it's really what you want to do. Like, if I had that kind of spare money, I would do it just for the experience, but I don't, so I won't. What do I know? I spent fucking $100 to spend like 5 hours with Kim Jong-gi, so who knows?
Yeah.
I want to sit right here. Look up at the city lights. Crap like that.
I think his older sketchbook is more interesting. You know what? I'll do a video where we go through his sketchbooks. I can't show like all the pages. I'm sure there's some kind of copyright shit to that. But you know, I wouldn't want to dick around with that anyway. But I can do a video where we go through his sketchbooks real quick. I have 3 sketchbooks. They were business expenses. He did not sign them. I was so fucking pissed. So here's the story. I bought him, and he wasn't signing at the time. And then the next day we had a workshop, and he was signing them. And then he had books that were pre-signed there. And I was all like, fucking bullshit. I bought these last night. So I was just like, can you sign them? And I was like, can I just exchange these ones, which were not even open yet, for ones that he had signed? And they were like, oh, we can't do that. And I was like, I will fucking murder your family. Like, I was so mad. I was like... Alright, Meister. Yeah, he wasn't doing live, or you know where he sits down, he just draws in sketchbooks for like 7 hours live. That was on a Sunday, and I had to leave on a Saturday. That's why I couldn't. I could have brought my sketchbook in for that, and he would have signed it, but I had to leave a day early. So in theory, I could have gotten it done. I just wasn't there for it. Are you talking about folds in clothing? Or are you talking about just like design of clothing? Because when it comes to folds, it's pretty simple. It's hard to mess it up. Now, getting particular material to look a certain way, that's a thing on its own. That's difficult on its own. But in terms of design, honestly, I'll look up pictures of like Korean fashion because I like what them Koreans be wearing, and then I usually just like to apply that to a lot of my characters when I'm like sketching. Yeah, that's it. Simple. Fashion from other countries is a really good way to design your characters if you have no idea like what you're doing. Yeah. So in theory, like, I could have gone and got my book signed. Like, that option was available. I just didn't stay for that extra day to get it done. So it's not like they were straight up like, yo, you fucked up, you're never gonna have the opportunity. They were like, well, the sketching is gonna be on Sunday, and it's free if you can't. Like, that would have been free to get it signed if I bought the book and I had already, you know, attended the courses and stuff. So I could have got it done for free. I wasn't there. So my fault, honestly. But it's okay. I got him on my vlog, so fuck that. Oh, you got a picture of them? I got a video with them. Do they float? Oh yes, Georgie. They float. They float. And when you're down here with me, you'll float too. Oh yeah. Yeah, I only saw the snippets of that. Okay, has anyone watched the It remake yet? Because I have not, and I want to go see it tonight before I go to my convention tomorrow, before I go to work. Well, I thought the original, like, I was never scared by the original one, even when I was younger. It was a TV movie, so it had like a TV movie feel to it, like a very Lifetime feel. That might be why it didn't really scare me when I was younger. I think the production quality was too low to really scare me. But I mean, I hear this one's good, the remake, so looking forward to it. You know, and I'm not good with horror movies. Like, I get scared really easily. Like that kind of stuff. I get creeped out like really easily. Like horror. Well, you know what? No, I take that back. I get startled really easily. So like jump scares, which are fucking cheap as like I hate them. Those get me. Like those startle me. They don't scare me. I went to a haunted house and I had a lot of fun because I was able to just kind of like shut my brain off. So I could have fun with, you know, like shit that I know is fake if I want to. But if the movie sucks, then it's kind of like, oh, well, I can't have fun here. So hopefully It is just a good movie and I can enjoy myself there. You know, shut my brain off and have some fun. One thing that I said that I wanted to do was watch more movies. I almost want to watch a movie every day. Hey, Rayford. Yeah, that's why I changed it to startled. I can get like jump scares will always get me because I can get startled really easily. Like it's just I have no defense against it. It's fucking stupid, you know? But it gets me. And I hear that the It remake doesn't have a lot of jump scares, which has me really hyped. I'm like, thank you, Jesus Christ. I haven't watched a horror movie, a quote, horror genre movie in a long time, just because they're all fucking garbage. So I'm just like, I hear It remake is good, so I'm excited. I'm like, thank you, just give me a good movie that, you know, in the horror genre. So far. When we color this, it's just gonna be fire. Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of old horror movies. I'm talking about, I want to watch some new shit. Like, I want new stuff. It's just one of those things. I get you. For me, it's what's the thing that I don't? I think anything that has to do with exposing the spine, gives me goosebumps. Something specifically about exposing the spine is what makes my skin crawl. I don't know why. picture for the Instagram. But that's just like fun things to be scared of. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. Probably shouldn't because I'm super unprofessional on Twitter. It's just more of just like me. Just more shenanigans from me. I was like, the it creature couldn't scare me because what's it gonna do? Turn into my student loans? You know. Which, by the way, I'll give you guys an update on my student loans because you guys know I talk about them a lot, just not lately. I'm so close to fucking. I'm so like I could taste it. I'm so close to being done with them. The past couple of months of conventions have just really have been so good. And they've just have really helped me dig out of that student loans. And I'm so close to being done. I think I could have them done. Just need one good show. One good show and then I'll have it. Do it. So when I finish my student loans, which is gonna be not too far. What's up, Golden Claw? Well, my student loans aren't for art. I went to school to be an auto mechanic. Yeah, I didn't go to art school, but yeah, my once I finish paying off my student loans, we're gonna do a 24-hour live stream. I've done a 24-hour live stream before. It's not that bad, honestly. Ooh, I almost fucked this up. As long as you get plenty of rest and then you start the instant you wake up, right when you wake up, you start the stream. Don't waste any time. And you go in with full strength. 24 hours? That's nothing, man. Especially if you're high off of I'm gonna be all amped from just finishing off my student loans. I'm just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna stream 48 hours. Woo! I'll just take like an 8-hour nap beforehand. And I'll be fine. Yeah, you know what the shitty thing is? That 24-hour live stream, that's gone. Like, YouTube didn't archive it. It wouldn't process it. You want to get more followers on Instagram, but at the same time you feel like your art isn't good enough to get lots of followers. I'm gonna tell you straight up, the quality of your art has nothing to do with getting followers on Instagram. Like, okay, if you're really good at art, yeah, you can use that to get followers, which is how it should be. But you don't necessarily need to be really good if followers are all you want. Let me tell you something. Some people on Instagram suck dick. I'm not gonna tell you, you know, that you shouldn't care about your numbers or whatever, because, you know, some people do. So, as long as just put your artwork out there, and then do your best and study the patterns and the habits of what people are following, and just be patient, and you'll grow a following. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you naturally, you don't want that to distract you. Wanting the followers, you don't want it to distract you, but it will, you know. Just naturally. If you're investing time in Instagram, you want your follower count to go up, because you know internally you're investing time, so you want something back from that, right? There's nothing wrong with it. That's how it should be. No, it's cool, Dimitri. You've been on this channel for a while. I know, you're cool. I don't want to do a full, like, dress at the bottom. She has to have some kind of legging, right? Found a better picture, so I think it'd be lazy to do all cloth, so I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead. She's wearing like tights. Make her dress drape around her leg, because I feel like it'd be lazy and kind of gross to just have one big cloth, because there's so much detail here, there's going to be no detail there, so that would be kind of ugly, so we just need to put in that little bit of extra effort. It's cool. I just got an email from the person who commissioned me for this. They said go ahead and just take your time. They want it to be as good as it can be, which is good, because fucking I need more time. Oh shit! I just got hit up for an art battle right now. I'll read that later. Just a black cloak, I guess is all it is. Well, come on, you know that everything has to start somewhere, so it's just like, who cares how it looks right now? All that matters is that, okay, even if it looks like shit now, it has to look like shit now if you want it to look good later. That's just the bottom line. And if you can't handle it looking like shit now, then you don't deserve to see what it looks like when it's better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have enough faith in your artwork that it's gonna be good later, then you don't and you quit on it, then you kind of don't deserve to see what that looks like later. You know what I mean? Fuck you. You don't deserve. You don't deserve it. Yeah. A master. The Occident Lumen. Does anyone know what that's from? There we go. Talking about art. I love it. See, I would join, but I don't know anything about art.
Über Winter, dort nicht.
God, I forgot who I was talking to, but they were talking about how they took this art class. I think they had a lot of art appreciation in it, and we were just exchanging Instagram. God damn it! I can't find the guy. Let me have to look that up. But we were exchanging Instagram info, and he was just like, "Oh, you're pretty good. Did you go to art school or whatever?" I was like, "Nah, I'm just pretty much self-taught." And, "Oh, well, you need to look into all the art appreciation stuff." And I was all like, "Oh, you mean like the history and all that?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, I kind of don't care about that stuff. Like, I straight up told him, like, I don't care. Like, it's not part of, like, I have respect for the craft and everyone who came before me, right? But I genuinely just don't give a shit about, like, art appreciation. I appreciate art. I don't need to take a course telling me how to appreciate it. And he was so condescending. He's like, "Well, if you're doing and I was like, "Oh, this fucking asshole, piece of shit." So, anyway, I don't remember how I got to that, but that was fun. Yes, I always like working with, I agree, I always like working, even with my Copic markers, I like working dark, moving light. like what they're trying to say by shapes is like this looks like a bunch of like fancy lines, but when I was constructing it, there was just a lot of shapeage going on. So it was like, we'll use the brush pen that I don't like. So like with this, I got, you know. Do you see that? I don't have my camera on. So this drawing was basically, hold on, let me, okay, there you go. It was just,
Somebody should have told you. Tell money straight off the back. They be the one to blame. Hold up, be careful of the cheesers. The one who wants the money and the visas.
more or less. Oops. Right? And then when you can learn to block everything, that's how you could start drawing things in perspective. Piece of shit brush pen. I'm gonna go refill my coffee really quick. I haven't had a break yet, so I'm gonna go refill my coffee. I shall return. Well, I have returned.
I don't love you anymore. Goodbye.
I think I'm going to make a point to try and watch one movie every single day. Because like I had mentioned it in one of my vlogs, I've been not watching anime, not been watching movies, and those are my like biggest sources of building my visual library. Like I don't want to go and travel to a museum every fucking day, right? But if you watch a movie, especially if you pay attention to like cinematography and colors and things like that, you could learn a lot. You could learn a lot from a movie. So I might have to do that. I wash the shit out of my hands. Don't worry. If you guys can DM me your Instagram, like just go to @ckaiko, DM me, say hey, I was in the chat. That way I can see your thing, because I can't go through the chat right now and look at it. You know, look for everyone's and then manually enter it. So. Hell yeah. Anyone who takes the time to hang out in the chat, especially when you guys want to help out, you guys want to help each other out with stuff, that's totally cool with me. Like, that's like the most down thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to come into the chat and just advertise yourself. But like, everyone, at least that come through my streams, everyone's always trying to be cool with each other and helpful, you know? So I'm cool with that. So really quick, where is everybody from? Yeah, just message me on Instagram and it'll go to like my filtered section and I'll just check it out later. See that, while I do want to grow my YouTube channel, if it ever gets, you know, like too big, we're not going to be able to have conversations like this anymore. So I was watching one of Roberto Blake. You know, he's a YouTuber. He talks about growing your YouTube channel and your business and shit. I was watching one of his recent videos and he had me sitting back and thinking about why my YouTube channel won't grow quickly, and it's because the things that I post, it's very specifically targeted towards a small audience. The only people who care about my videos are other artists, right? And to show you how small of a community that is, YouTube doesn't even have a section when you upload a video. There's not even a section that says drawings or artwork. You always have to put it under like how to or entertainment or shit. So I was going through my brain and I was like, oh, that's why I'm not growing very quickly. Like, I don't want to do other videos like art challenges, like what Jazza does. You know, I don't want to do that shit because it doesn't matter to me. So I'm just like, well, I can just gonna accept the fact that my channel is gonna be very slow growing. So I really like what we have right now, honestly. A decent amount of people. I get an okay amount of views. There are enough people in the chat so that it's not dead, but not so many that we can still have a conversation. And I still get enough, you know, clicks that I can make some money off YouTube. So I'm in like the perfect position right now. I'll take that silver play button though. I'll take it. Texas, Florida, Luxembourg, soon to be Oregon. Man, I went to Portland last week. Portland's fucking lit. That's like next to Austin. It might be my favorite town. Portland might be my favorite just because Austin is super hot and Portland is like nice weather. So I don't know. Portland might win. Austin's fire though. But Mark Curley has a lot of tutorial videos, so that's what's very appealing. His tutorial videos are mass appeal because everyone wants to draw anime, and it's extremely, his artwork and the way he teaches is very simplistic, so that's why people flock to his channel. Plus he was like an early YouTube, so he was able to get in on the ground floor on YouTube, so plus he has credentials, and I'm just some guy asking if you could hear him pee in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? So, but like my Artist Alley vlogs, the only people who find those interesting are, other artists, and not even all artists, just certain artists who have an interest in the convention life, So it's even more narrow. Oh, still? Dang, alright, let me lower it down. Don't worry, it took me 5 years to get to 30,000 subscribers. I think we'll be just fine. This channel ain't going nowhere. I mean, every single day I do have more subs than I did the previous day, but it's just like, it's so slow. I'll be at 50, I think maximum, unless some crazy shit happens. I'll be at 50K by the end of next year if things are going the way they're going. $50's a nice round number. So who in the chat watches the Artist Alley vlogs? I'm just curious. And if you do, what do you like about them? What don't you like about them? What do you want to hear more of or see more of? How can I improve them for you as artists? Duh, you can't even read Jazz's chat. It's just like even Psycher's chat, which is considerably slower than Jazz's. I mean, you still can't read anything there. But it's too much. It's too fast. That's why they started putting that little super chat, the little $sign. It's that way people wanting to pay, their comment will get moved to the top and it'll stay there for I don't know how long. But we're gonna move to a bigger pen now. We've been using a 1 this whole time, but because we're getting to different parts, we're gonna go to a 5 because this should be like look closer to the screen, camera, us, whatever, the people. God damn, 5 hours. Watch that. You just watched 1. That's cool. Fuck. No, but yeah, with the Artist Alley vlogs, my goal has always just been to document. I don't know if any of you follow Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a businessman. He talks about business and business things. But He said, because he does a daily vlog of his business, and the thing that he always said is he wishes that he had been vlogging while he was building the business, because it's always easy. You know, it's one thing to see somebody who's already successful, who has a constructed business, or who's doing really well on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But it's another thing when you could see them grinding and growing. And he said that he wished that he had been recording or keeping track of when he was building his business. So that was actually my model for vlogging my artist alleys. I do try to add value to the watchers now, but the real takeaway from the vlogs is going to be 10 years from now, when I could look back on them, and when everyone could look back at like the bullshit that I had to go through, and like all the grinding that I did, and and it's undeniable, like the amount of work, because it's going to be on video, you know what I mean? So it's documented, and you just can't take that away from someone. So that's actually the main reason why I vlog them. Plus I like making vlogging. Vlogging's fun. So yeah, that's why anytime I'm more localized, have a local show in California, I have a cameraman that I hire. He's actually going to be coming with me tomorrow to my one-day show. Though I've only had, 2 or 3 events, maybe 2 or 3, where I actually had a cameraman, and oh man, it upped the video quality so much. And so I invested in a microphone, and it's just something I really enjoy doing. But the real takeaway is going to be 10 years from now, when I could look back on all the work, and you know, maybe when I get to that point where I could start teaching people, you know, how to run a business, how to run their art business, how, you know, to build their brand, you know, actually help other other artists. I can be like, well, we can look back and see how I used to run things. I used to swear a lot. It's probably not going to change. More so recently, I think I talked about this yesterday, people do recognize me from my YouTube channel now, but it's not attendees who do it. It's other artists from the Artist Alley will come up to me and be like, yo, I watch your vlogs, dude. And that to me is really cool, because that's who it's targeted towards. You know, that's who I'm trying to help. So what? You had an insect in your fingernail? What the fuck? My mom keeps texting me, Mom, I'm live streaming right now. Don't. Not right now. So here's a fun story. When I was in elementary school, I ran my foot up against my bed and my entire toenail came off. It was fucking terrible. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and make the frame now. I'm gonna move this up just a little bit because because I screwed that up. I'm gonna frame it up. I appreciate everyone who's, you know, been in the chat for like, oh, we've been streaming like 3 hours or something. I know I'm moving really slow, but I'm just having a good time. Like, I'm just kind of chill, just kind of relaxing. Because honestly, the hard part about the drawing is done, so I'm just kind of enjoying this, the inking process, assuming I don't fuck up the frame. I've done that before. I've drawn out like the whole thing, and then I fucked up on the frame, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, what do I do? Luckily, I just told the person, and they were just like, no, it's not a big deal. So, anyway. Double check the frame. Nah. The frame's not gonna be perfect. I just, you know what I mean? It's not a big fucking deal. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to, whatever. Just has to frame it. And my ruler has a chip on one side, so I have to make sure I use the right side, or else I'll have a little bump. I could invest in a Cintiq. I will not invest in a new ruler. Life priorities. I should own a straight edge, but I don't. This right here? Or are we talking about my the one I have in my sketchbook? Have you seen my Saitama? My naked Saitama who's posing? See, now the value's higher. There you go. What kind of shoes does he wear? Are they... Oh. Yeah, let's get back to the real drawing. A short attention span. Oh, Luis. Yeah, you see how useful blocking is? Now, had I done the blocking with a pencil, and then you go over it with a pen, and then you erase everything, then it would look super clean, you know? So... No, he doesn't. Nobody calls him. Like, that's just like the in-joke reference, but no, Oops. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. My frame. Let's be smart. Flip it around. I've done that before where I was just, like, I wasn't thinking, right? So then I start doing the frame, and I get to the bottom. So then I'll kind of lift it up. And then as I'm doing it, you know, gravity, it'll move it downwards. And I'm like, oh no! So be smart. Flip the page over, let it rest, and then do it. I've messed up a lot of drawings because I fucked up the frame. Oh shit. Wait, what's going on? You're more than, hey man, as long as you learn from your mistakes, yeah. Adobe Research is interested in learning about creative live streams and the people who watch them. If you want to help, please fill out this short survey at... Wait, how is she able to put up a link? So, now I'm gonna do the rock formations around her. Spam, don't do it, guys. You're gonna end up with a bunch of like junk email.
Just a dream.
I could barely speak English. I'm good. Look, I don't focus on learning math anymore because I have a calculator. So, in terms of written language, I have Google Translate. No, it would be great to take the time to learn another language. If I took the effort to do it, would be great. I have this this complex, right? Where if I'm doing anything that requires me to learn, I kind of don't want to do it because I'm like, why am I learning this? I should be learning how to draw. Does that make sense? Like anything at all. It's just like, I don't want to waste my energy learning this particular thing at the moment because I should just spend this time learning how to draw. Hope that makes sense. I'm just like, that's where I am at, like mentally that's where I am at this point. I'm just like, fuck everything. I just, okay, that's cool. Like that's why I won't go like, I don't know, paragliding or parasailing, you know what I mean? Let's just like, I don't want to use energy to learn anything because I should be using that energy to learn how to draw. And I always feel this extreme sense of guilt whenever I'm not doing something that is building my business or my skill. It has to do one or the other. Preferably both, but that's why I will never ever take the effort to learn a new language. It's not that I'm too hard on myself, it's just I know what I care about. And I care about drawing more than I care about learning other stuff. So if I, you know, it's just like a waste of time for me to just like pretend like I want to learn how to do other stuff, because I don't care. Like my friend tried to teach me about wine, you know, like wine. That's my sound effect for wine. And I was just like, I don't care. I took like 3 years of Spanish. Can't form a single sentence. Because like if you don't practice, if you're not in a situation where you get to practice it on the regular, just like anything else, you'll lose the skill. So I took all that Spanish. I was pretty good. It was very formal Spanish, so I mean it was hard to talk to people. And then I just don't interact with Spanish speakers. So I just totally forgot how to speak Spanish. So that's that. That's all I have to say about that. Chris, that might be my current. So Dimitri says, Chris, that might be my current relationship to me in fighting games. I'm like, why do I need to take the time to learn this fighter when I could just be drawing? It's a fighting game. I care about though, that's a different story. Oh yeah, see that's what I mean. That's why I don't play video games anymore. Because I'm just like, as much as I love games, I love drawing more, and drawing is more important to me. So that's why I just don't play games. It just eats up too much of my time. Hey, is the stream still going? Uh-oh. So just let me know if it, starts dying out again. I might be, I don't know, like, my internet might be acting up. took German, huh? I took Spanish because it's what's highly spoken where I live. Though I still don't interact. Because I don't interact with human beings outside of my fucking... Oh, there's that fly again. I don't interact with human beings outside of my home. Or at conventions, so... didn't have a chance to practice all that Spanish that I invested so much time in. I think that's why if I don't go to a convention for a few weeks, I get, like, depressed. Because as much as I'm a hermit and, like, you know, I like doing my own thing, I'm human, so I do need human interaction, you know? So, and conventions are my only source of real human interaction. So if I don't go to one for a few weeks, I get a little depressed because I think I get, like, cabin fever. Because I go outside and I go to the gym and then I do that stuff, but that's not interacting with people. That's me being a loner outside. You know? Instead of me being a loner here, that's me being a loner outside. So I think that's why I get, like, sad and depressed when I don't have a convention. Plus I don't get a paycheck, so that could be, I'm sure that probably has more to do with it. Coffee ain't cheap, guys. And I'll probably have the speed paint to this drawing up this weekend. I know some people who have a Patreon account simply to fund their coffee because they use it so, like, there are some artists who have Patreon accounts only for coffee. They're like, look, I don't want a lot of money, but I'm using these funds to pay for my coffee while I work. And I'm like, I respect that. That's cool. Yeah, I use Patreon. In case any of you are wondering. Oh, this beat's dope. How's the music volume? Is it alright? Because I dropped it quite a bit. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. See me. I only support a handful of people on Patreon. I can't wait to take the eraser to this and see what the line work looks like. Because this fucking commission has given me such a headache for like the past 4 days. Alright, so what we're gonna do is finish the line work, then I'll erase it so you guys can see what the final ink lines look like. And then I'm gonna color it on my own, and then I'll have the speed paint of it up on Saturday, or I guess tomorrow. I'll have the picture of it up on my Instagram, but I'll have the time lapse of it up tomorrow. Because I'm gonna have to stop the live stream kind of soon because I have to go do something for my convention tomorrow. I have to go get prints made, which I probably should have done like earlier today, but I didn't, so whatever. See, I've been struggling. Here, all right, look. I've been struggling with this drawing, this particular commission, for like 4 days now, right? I get online, and it solves my art block. You know what I'm saying? So, if you just joined, this is called getting over or working through art block, because just because you can't get it down on the page how you want, or you're feeling depressed or whatever, that's not an excuse to stop drawing. Like, you gotta work through it. You can't just wait for it to pass, because you're wasting time when you do that. You have to work through it, figure out what the fuck the problem is, and then just work around it, figure it out. Everything could be figured out. Like, everything could be figured out. You know, so... And I guess all I needed was to be around the chat. I needed to be around other artists here online, and you guys, you know, helped me get through it by, you know, talking shit, you know? Like, it got me through it. And yeah, anyway, just, you ever get to that point where you're just like, oh, I can't draw, it's not coming out how I want it, then you need to figure out what's going on, and you need to work around it. So So I do appreciate everyone who's here in the live stream because you guys really helped me get through this issue I'm having. I'll do the 24-hour live stream when I pay off my student loans. So yes, that would be nice if that was later this week. I would be totally down with that, believe me. But probably not gonna happen. You never know though, you never know. But highly unlikely. Oh my god, I'm so close to paying those motherfuckers off. Like, ugh. I can taste it. Like, it's right there. So y'all know that everything, like, I don't spend a lot of money on, like, dumb shit. Or, like, I bought the Cintiq, which I almost had buyer's remorse with it, but then I realized how effective it was making me when I traveled, like how much work I was able to get done. So I have no remorse about that, but overall, I just don't buy shit. Like, I don't buy stuff that's not work related, you know? So, man, it's taken just so much work. So much work and just like not doing stuff to pay off these fucking student loans, man. Now, I could, at least here in the States, I know Lyra, you, where you're from, you said that student loans are not that big of a deal. But here in the States, people fucking kill themselves over that stuff, man. Like, people are just like in this hopeless hole and shit when they... And I'll talk more about this when I finally pay them off. I'll go into a whole like spiel about it. Like, people fucking off themselves here, man. Like, can't deal with it sometimes. So, to me, it's a big deal that I'm paying them off. Like, it's just been the bane to my fucking existence for so long. And I think it's going to be even more satisfying because I will have been able to pay them off with my artwork. Like, I was able to become a marketable enough artist so that I can pay off my loans, my student loans, you know. Green Zeta says that's why they don't really want to go to college, and you know what? I don't blame you. Yes, the potential to make money after you go to college is there, but if you're just looking at that and you're like, $100,000 gamble, is that worth it? If you think no, I don't blame you. No, they haven't banned it yet. There's too much money in that. Yeah, the system here is so broken. It's like, you pay how much money, you pay so much money, or you take out a loan, right? Like a ridiculous fucking loan. And then you get, if you can get into the class you want, which you have to fight other students for, then you might have the opportunity to get a degree that's mostly worthless. And I'm like, fuck you, you know, like, oh, god damn it, dude. I think that is the worst part, because I had gone to a university, or as y'all call it, uni. I had gone to a University of California, Santa Cruz for a bit, right out of high school. It was just something I needed to try out, even though I knew school wasn't for me. And tuition for that was like, at the time, like $40,000 a year, right? And you just couldn't get the classes you wanted sometimes because it was like, oh, we have too many people. Get online at 1 p.m. exactly, so that you can like kill each other over getting this course. You ever seen The Dark Knight when the Joker captures those guys and he's all like, he has that pool stick and he breaks it in half so that there's 2 spikes on it. And he's all like, all right, we're having tryouts for my gang. There are 3 of you, but only 2 open spots. And he's like, all right, have fun. And he just leaves them there to kill each other. Yeah, that's what happens. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. You know? Like, I would never go to McDonald's and spend like $5 and like, I wouldn't, if I go to McDonald's and spend like $5 and then they're making me work to get my burger, I wouldn't. That's like unacceptable. You know what I mean? So why is it acceptable to spend like $100,000 for that treatment? You know what I mean? 40,000 a year, yeah. Oh, you really want this? It's drawn on the back of this right here. DM me if you really want it. Just DM me. Like I'm not gonna charge you for it. It's just a little sketch, but you're gonna, if you want it, you have to cover the shipping because I'm not gonna pay for fucking shipping. So. Yeah, 40K a year. That's the University of California basic cost for University of California. At least when I was there. God knows what it is now, inflation considered. So yeah, no. You'll have these students leaving university, basically carrying a house mortgage. They'll have no job experience, and it's just like, now what? So they move back to their parents, and people give them shit for moving back with their parents. I'm like, what were they gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, at least here in the States, again, I don't know what culture is like everywhere else. I lived with my parents for like a long while in my mid-20s because one, there was some financial stuff going on, and you know, but I got like flack for that by some people. They're like, "Oh my god, you moved back in with your parents?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fucking expensive to to live elsewhere, you know?" And these students, these university students who leave and they have like $100,000 in debt and they move back home, and it's like, well, I've been dicked around by the... I don't want to go off on a rant about this, my bad, but it's like, oh, I've been fucking dicked around by the schools for 4 years or more, and then I have these huge loans, and now people are giving me shit because I'm broke, and it's just like, anyway. That's why, you know, I just... So Dread got their degree in drafting and design, and it's helped a lot, but it was overpriced. However, your job now is less physical, and you're not drained when you get home, which means you could draw after work. But that's good. That was an investment. You got your return on that investment, which is good. But the thing is, yeah, because I went to school to be an auto mechanic, and it got me a good job. It's just I didn't want to do that anymore. But what I'm saying is, you know, it's a big investment. So anyway, I don't want to go off about that too much. You could bet your ass during that 24-hour stream, once I pay it off, I'm gonna go off. Like, you think I got shit to say right now? I will save all this stuff for the actual live stream. Like, my opinions about it, I'm gonna go off. So yeah, there's that. Expect that in the future, in the near future, hopefully near future. Every live stream I do is 18 plus. All right. Let me focus up so I can just finish this last section of the mountains, or of the landscape, and then we'll probably call it quits for a little bit. Then I'll come back and I'll finish coloring and make the time lapse part and everything. Ooh, this beat's sick. Can you guys hear it? This is like one of my favorite beats that they have on this channel. Does anyone here watch The Strain? It's on FX. Here in the States, it's on FX. I've been making time to watch that show. 40 minutes a week. Well, I kind of watch. I play it in the background while I'm like pretending to work. What's up, Drift? Oh, the 24-hour stream. We're gonna be talking about. I don't ever go into politics because I'm not educated enough to like make bold statements, and I just don't care. I do care about student loans though. I care about art, and I care about the young people, and I care about loans and students, and you know, that kind of stuff. So before I go into erasing, I have a friend named Jennifer Charlie. She has a YouTube channel here. She also does Artist Alley vlogs. Very good. She focuses on artist health, like artist well-being and artist self-care. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and go to her channel. It's yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think I spelled that right. I hope I got her name right. I should know by now. But no, that kind of stuff is important, like taking care of yourself as an artist. But then I was kind of thinking about some stuff to myself, especially I used to be part of this Artist Alley group on Facebook before I deactivated my Facebook. And a lot of people were just like saying that, you know, someone was asking for advice on how to get better. And I was all like, well, you need to, oh my God, how do I start the conversation? All right. So somebody on the Facebook group had talked about wanting to improve. And then everyone was just like, practice, practice, practice. And then the person was like, well, I don't have time to practice. I have 2 kids, you know, I have a job. And then I was just like, how many hours do you sleep? And they were like 6 hours. And I was all like, well, then sleep for 4 hours and then spend 2 hours drawing. And people jumped on my fucking ass. They were just like, oh my God, that's so bad for you. You don't sleep 4 hours. You know? And I was just like, come on, we're a bunch of artists here. All of us only sleep 4 hours, you know? To me, that's what I thought. I was just like, isn't that the standard? Because like, you know, drawing takes so long. Like it's so time consuming. So naturally I was like, a lot of people here must only sleep 4 hours, 3 hours, you know? But people jumped on my fucking ass. So then it got me thinking about self-care, about artist self-care. Yeah, no. So it got me thinking about artist self-care because they're all like, you gotta sleep 8 hours a day and take care of yourself. And it got me thinking, and I was all like, when I'm not drawing hardcore, I get sad, I get depressed, and I feel unproductive, and I feel guilty. So the term self-care as an artist will be relative. Self-care to me is taking care of fucking business, feeling satisfied, going to sleep for like 3 or 4 hours, waking up and grinding. That's how I get off. Like, that's what makes me happy. So in that sense, that's my form of self-care. It's to take care of my business and to grow and to get better. So to have a blanket statement when especially other artists or people around you, if you're trying to practice your art and you're like sacrificing other things and you're taking away time from other things in order to do it, and people are all like, you got to take care of yourself. Well, taking care of your artwork and your business, if that makes you happy, then that is self-care, right? So I just think it's just an important thing to remind you that like self-care isn't only just getting 8 hours of sleep. You know, for me, if I stop grinding, I get depressed. That's emotional, like that would be emotional self-care, right? To take care of my business and to make me happy again. So anyway, if you're part of groups like that and you're around people who want to give you some blanket bullshit statement about like what you should be doing to take care of yourself as an artist, as a student, fuck them. Do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying, Chespin. Well, if you sleep less than 8 hours a day, it can cause serious backlash. I'm talking hallucinations, insanity, and depression. And yeah, Lyra's right. Everyone is different. I can function on 4 hours of sleep just fine. It was really hard at first, but I've conditioned myself to do it. My diet is on point. I have a healthier diet than I'd say fucking 95% of other artists. I go to the gym 7 days a week. Don't tell me that I'm unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's relative to everyone, you know? So anyway, what I'm saying is, in terms of self-care, just do whatever is going to make you happy. And don't let anyone tell you not to do something, you know, just because they don't want to do it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. See, Luis, he's a good artist. He only sleeps 4 hours a day. Tiger Woods, 4 hours a day. You want to tell him? He gets bitches. Nah. See, Dredd says, I have 2 kids and a full-time job. I really want to draw, so I do it, and I feel the same way when I don't draw. I feel like I'm accomplished nothing. See? Dredd, perfect example. Has kids and a full-time job, still finds time to draw. Now, the amount of time that you find to draw is going to be relative to you. If you have a bunch of kids and you got a job, naturally, you're only going to have, like, what, an hour or 2 or something a day, maximum, if you made time. But that's an hour or 2 more than you would have had regardless, right? So, you know, my buddy James Reyes, the box office artist, I think that fool has like 3 kids. Still pumps out YouTube videos like every day. You know what I'm saying? And he's and he's a teacher. So it's kind of like, anyway, I'm not trying to get up anyone's ass. I just thought that was an interesting topic because my friend Jennifer talks about that stuff. And while it's very helpful, she does have a bit of a blanket statement. A lot of people have a blanket statement about what artists should or shouldn't do. And I'm just like, just do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't. It's not about what you should or shouldn't. Just do what you gotta do, you know? So, anyway. Yeah, I'd rather die at, actually I prefer to die at 50, but I'd rather die at 50 at 100 miles an hour than living to 90 at 50 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's just... But alright, so I'm going to erase all the pencils right now, and then we're going to check out what the lines look like, and then we're going to call it a stream. If you guys have any last minute questions, go ahead and throw them at me. Remember how I said I have eraser shavings in my coffee? I must have drank them because I totally forgot and I drank my coffee. So I am full of erasers. I'm full of eraser and lead right now. and then they linked me to this article with Stephen King, and it was all like talking about how Stephen King wishes that he had just spent more time with his family and all that. And I was all like, y'all know that he neglected his family for the first portion of his life when he was becoming a great writer. If he had not done that, he would not. And I'm not saying neglect your family. I'm just saying, like, that fool did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to get where he wanted to be. And anyway, hold on. This isn't gonna work.
Very beautiful. You do. Did you enjoy?
How do you make sure your anatomy is right when foreshortening? My anatomy and my foreshortening is not perfect, but I mean, you should say you have an eyeball for it, right? Like, you can tell when it looks wonky. So just keep adjusting it until it doesn't look wonky anymore. You could measure it. I've talked about this before, but Psychra, you all know who Psychra is, right? Here on YouTube, you all know who Psychra is. He has a really good video on foreshortening. If you want to learn how to do very, very, very simple foreshortening, but very effective, go to his channel and just look up for his foreshortening tutorial video. I really like it. That's the one I always recommend to people who are like having trouble with foreshortening. Oh, Psychra. Yeah, he got it. Psychra. Yeah, to this day, I still do the spiral thing. If we go back on this video, when I was doing foreshortening here, I was doing the spiral thing. I just do it naturally now. Like, instinctually, when I'm foreshortening, I just do it. Just cause, like, it was so helpful when I first started. That yeah. And then, like I said, I'm gonna color this in on my own time. I'll record it, and then I'll put the entire thing up as a speed paint tomorrow morning. So yeah, last call for questions. Because once I'm done erasing, I'll answer the questions and then we'll call it a day. So for those of you who are wondering, I am trying to upload something to this channel every single day. So maybe we'll get to that 50,000 faster than I thought. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go throw these shavings away. All right, guys. So that's the lines. Tis the lines. Let me see. There you go. Oh, you like my shirt? But yeah, again, everyone, if you want to DM me on Instagram, just so I can check out your art account, I'll probably follow you. It's totally good to do that. If you guys want to share it with each other right here in the chat while you're still here, go ahead and do that. Will I do a live stream every day? Will I do a live stream every day? So every day that I'm home from a convention, I'll do a live stream in order to kind of, that'll be my video for the day, right? And then when I'm away during conventions is when you're gonna get like speed paints and other stuff, or other kinds of videos. So. Alright guys, thank you all for watching. Speed paint to this will be up tomorrow. There's the real drawing, right there. See ya, I appreciate you all hanging out. Bye!